Evening, everybody. It's Joe over here at 1200 South Abilene at Black Friday's daily discount store here in Aurora. I wanted to give you a little preview of some of what we got here for you for the upcoming week. Just a reminder, we've gotten some messages from the building owners, and we're not going to be allowed to have any chairs left unattended. So as a reminder, anybody who leaves a chair overnight, security may be removing it, throwing it out, and of course that's not keeping your place in line. We certainly understand when it's cold, somebody puts a chair and sits in a car 15, 20 yards away. That's different than putting a chair down and going home and sleeping and then coming on back. So just a reminder, please don't do that, as it will certainly expose you to not having a spot in line, and then also having your chair lost forever. We've got a lot of fun stuff, so let's spin it around and get started. Up in the front, there's a fair amount of pretty large product, some light fixtures, fans, indoor and outdoor fixtures. There's also some just sort of odds and ends of home goods, a little toaster oven, a wake-up light, sort of slowly wake you rather than the beeping of an alarm. There's some toys here, some Legos, Duplos, race car Lego set, a Star Wars Mandalorian, action figure with the child kind of thing. I'm sure that'll be a popular one. The toys this week, we have one section, a couple sections up here that we'll see in a second. But there's also some up over against the far wall that sort of came in a lot of different mixes. As I mentioned, sort of miscellaneous home goods, and as well as some of these light fixtures, so hair dryers and hair clippers and things of that nature, as well as ceiling fan set, a couple of those, some of those light fixtures. We did get actually a couple of monitors. I do not know their working order, but that's something we haven't gotten before, so I'm sure those will go quite rapidly. This is a fun piece of equipment. It's an immersion circulator. Basically, it's a way of cooking a term called sous vide, which means under vacuum. And basically, you keep the water bath at a constant temperature, and you put a vacuum-sealed item in there, typically a piece of meat or poultry or fish, and you cook it to an exact temperature, and it maintains incredibly high quality of moisture and tenderness in the meat. So it's a fun thing for any of the culinary adventurers out there. Up against the wall, we've got a couple smaller bins of the household products, some blankets, pillows, multicolored throw pillow. It's pretty fun. A little pillow for leaning up against and reading and all that good stuff. So there's just a lot of fun stuff there. So check that out. Not a ton of it this week, so if it's something that you were looking for, I would make that a priority. Over here we got a bunch of different shoes, kids and women's, and some different mixes than things we've seen frequently. So we're starting to see some of the, even though it's still pretty cold out, we're starting to see some of the warmer stuff come in. So there are some sandals and things like that, but also some flats and little kiddo. I look like a cross between Tevas and a Croc to me. Some more of those rain boots and things that'll still be quite nice. And in terms of women's, in addition to the winter boots, we're starting to see some, as I mentioned, some of those flats, Crocs, little small heels, as well as some larger heel items. So while it might be cold right now, as we start to see this product flow in as we head towards the nicer weather months, we want to have this fun product for you. A good mix of the more wintry boot and sort of mid-ankle boot product, as well as some higher all the way up the calf boots as we head over towards the wall. There are some more shoes that we'll be bringing out as the day moves along, because this bin tends to empty out pretty quickly, so we will have a bit more of that product. You'll notice as you move around the store this week, there's light fixtures in a lot of different places. We did that to try to give people an opportunity to for more people to get them instead of having one giant stack. So we sort of spread them out a little bit for you. So there'll be ceiling fans in a number of different bins. Well, that's pretty cool. Little steamer. Some lamps and light fixtures and bike pumps. There are a bunch of hockey sticks this week, so we did get some sports equipment, hockey sticks, field hockey sticks, as well as ice hockey. Ice hockey, pads and a racquetball racket. A bunch of these hockey sticks. Markings on them for like $80 or so. So it's a really great deal. So if you've got a young hockey player in the house, a really fun opportunity to get some of that at a great deal. Did mention toys are in a different spot this week. A similar mix to the last few weeks that we've had. But again, it's different than the stuff we saw before Christmas, and there is a pretty solid supply of the kind of frozen Legos or Lego Friends. I'm not sure who the Lego Friends are, but it's a 363-piece set of Legos, which is just a great deal. So there's a bunch of those. There's a few sets of these kind of roller skates. There's a few ice skates kicking around. And a decent amount of like little kid product, whether it's some of the baby support stuff that for the moms, as well as for some toys for the littler kids. Some storage bins there, which is always great because you got to get the toys back in the bins when you're done. All right. Quite a bit of health and beauty this week. So a bunch in the way of nail polish and makeup and things of that nature. Foundation and let's see, little press-on nail sets. A bunch of different sets of those different types of product. What do we got here? Foundation. So if that's a product that you're looking for, I know we've had a number of requests of those over the last few weeks. This is the week for you. We had a good amount of that product. As I mentioned, some of the baby stuff, prop-up pillars and things of that nature. Back towards the bin where we often have baby and health and beauty, there's also some stuff that a little bit of Valentine's theme, some sets of Valentine's Day cards, a set of 10 here for you. Any last minute card shoppers, people hunting for it, this might be the week to swing by and I didn't know what to get you for Valentine's Day. Then it's this card. We also have some actual sort of like things that might be a fun little gift. So this a few of these sort of spa gift sets and things like that. So we want to be a place where you can find stuff that's timely. Let's see, there's a few of those. It's like a foot care set for a little bit of spoiling people, or a giant bear. Always a good option. All right. As we head towards the back, a bunch of clothing this week. Again, a lot more of the nice mix of men's and women's. A bunch of different pants. We've tried to organize those a little bit more for you this week than the last couple. A bin full of a bunch of really nice button downs. Stafford and Claiborne, and some more casual styles, and some more pullovers. A lot of really nice men's clothing. As I mentioned, a bunch of different button downs. So if anybody's looking for a nice shirt before heading out on a Valentine's Day date or heading for a job interview, something of that nature, there's a bunch of good clothing that way. Also a fun Valentine's Day item, a little snuggle up in a bathrobe. Give that out, and so you don't get those every week. It's been a few weeks since we've had a good supply of them, so it's fun to have those back. Women's wise, there's a big supply of shirts and pants and a wide variety of sizes. Some that are a little bit more cuddle up and be comfy, and some pullover sweatshirts and things of that nature. And there's also, as we head down towards the left-hand side of the bin, some a little dressier style shirts. So some blouses and button-down shirts and things of that nature. So saw a lot of nice stuff with price tags in the 30s, 40s, and that kind of range. And so Friday or Saturday, that stuff will be a really great deal. A little increase to the product levels of the underwear and socks packages, both for men and women. So as you head to the back, if you're looking for some of that stuff, there's a good supply of it this week. We're starting to see the tail end of our winter product with regard to the ski pants. So if that was something you're looking for, I would make that a priority this week, because we got a lower supply of it this week, and I don't know if we'll get much more. So this might be if that's part of the plans for the end of the ski season. That'll be an area you want to attend to. There were a bunch of really cute kids outfits and with a nice little girl's dress, and these are some set of a kid's dress where you can then also have a matching outfit for the doll, which was just pretty dang adorable. All right, as you head over towards the left-hand side of the store, 3 full sections of hardware store products, whether it's some automotive or, as I mentioned, a lot of lamps and light fixtures, extension cords, new seats for the toilets. So if you looking to do any around the house projects, check it out first, because you might find something and cut the cost of the project pretty dramatically. At the end of the bin, we've got a few spots where we've moved some of our breakable light bulbs. These are pretty specific sizes and shapes, but we didn't want to put them in the bin and have them shatter on everybody. So there are a couple of bins there at the end, at either end of this section here. So if you're looking for light bulbs, that'll be a great place to check out. There are some actual plug-in LED light valances. So looking for a little shop light or to light up a closet or something of that nature. There's a decent supply of those in here this week. All right. It's sort of an unusual. We actually ended up receiving a little bit more food than anticipated, so it's actually been broken up into 2 sections. So we've got food here, as well as food in its traditional bin, and then in between we have our pet products. So some, with pet, the pee pads and pet food, and a few of the pet beds. Not a ton of those this week, but wet cat food and dog food, as well as dry and treats and all that kind of normal stuff. We're definitely starting to see a little bit of a different mix of the food products. So starting to see some different liquidations. There are some nice size, 100 of the K-cups still coming through, which is really nice. Or big things, a 30-ounce thing of Colombian coffee, McDonald's style, or flats of refried beans, things of that nature. So really excellent supply of nice mixed variety of different food choices. All right. Then over here, more of the coffee, things of castor sugar. So if you have any bakers out there, it's a great option. A few more of the Chewies, not quite as many of those, but there are some cases of Snyder's pretzels and cases of some Pop-Tarts or 3 packs of Life cereal. We still have a little bit of filling to do, so I'm not going to give a full preview of the stuff against the walls. There's a little bit more product to add. And as always, we'll be adding product throughout the day. So just a reminder, we open at 10 a.m. This Friday over at 1200 South Abilene. Looking forward to seeing everybody.